Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm the author of the Modern Fae series, and I'm going to talk about Camp National Novel Writing Month plans today because it is the last day of June, and tomorrow I'm going to start writing a brand new novel. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but we're going to get through it. So for the last week or so, I've been working on the outline for book 3 in my Modern Fae series. You can find the links for book 1 and 2 and all the novellas in the description box below, but we're going to ignore that for a second and we're going to talk about Camp National Novel Writing Month instead. One of the things that I've been really focusing on is actually completing my outline. As of right now, as of filming this video, I have about half of my outline complete. So all of Act 1, about half of Act 2, but not consecutively the half of Act 2. I have the first part of Act 2 done and then the last part of Act 2 done, but the middle part, the actual midpoint, still needs some work. And then Act 3, I still have to outline. I think I know what's going to happen in all those parts, but I actually need to sit down and do that. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as I finish filming this video. I hope the outline will be done by the time I sit down to write tomorrow morning. But if it's not, no big deal, because I already have Act 1 outlined and I have some time on Wednesday to continue outlining the rest of Act 2 and Act 3. Because when I go to my write-in, I am actually not going to bring a computer this week. I'm going to actually write by hand at my write-in at the library this week. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. Reason behind that is I'm biking over to the library and I realized that last week that carrying my laptop was just way too much. So I've got a little Bluetooth keyboard that is coming to me in the mail, and I'm going to use that with my phone to write during write-ins, but it's not going to be here by Wednesday. So we're going to try the writing by hand method on Wednesday and see what happens. Hopefully it works. Okay. So what have I been doing in terms of outlining? Well, I have a beat sheet that I really like using for romance novels. The beat sheet that I use is something that was posted on the internet, I don't know, years ago by Jamie Gold, and I will link to that in the description box. That's the one that I use most frequently and actually really, really like. I think it does a nice job of integrating the external conflict in the story and the internal conflict in the story and how those play out and play off of each other throughout the novel. So I'm using that one again, but I've also been doing a couple of the exercises in the Outlining Your Novel workbook. This is by K.M. Weiland. And she has a book that she wrote that I read a long time ago. I got the workbook so that I could do some of the exercises. I actually don't write in the workbook. I just use the workbook as a reference and then write in a notebook to do the exercises by hand. I like to do all of my plotting and planning by hand. It doesn't feel as formal to me. It doesn't feel as permanent for some reason. It kind of feels like I'm just playing around in a notebook. So I can just play exactly that instead of taking it super seriously. Like if for some reason I think if I'm typing on the keyboard that it's permanent or I have to take it seriously. So I try to do my planning in a notebook. That's just what I like to do. But I don't write the novel by hand, except I might be writing the novel by hand on Wednesday. More on that in a future vlog. In addition to that Outlining Your Novel book, I've also been playing around with the Save the Cat Writes a Novel book. This is a new one for me. I got this in November when I attended Night of Writing Dangerously. It was in the bag of goodies that we got that was at our seat, and I had not opened it since then, but I've seen a lot of other author tubers talking about this book, so I thought, what the heck, I've got it. I might as well pull it off the shelf. I'm doing an outline and check it out and see what I think. And it's been really interesting. I mean, it's definitely brought up some points that I hadn't considered, and it's connecting a couple dots for me about different pieces of the story and giving me a new way of thinking about it. So I'm playing around with that too. I think it's going to help. We'll see. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Feeling pretty good. Every time that I write a new novel, for some reason, I get this feeling of, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing, and how do I write a novel again? Yeah, every time I feel this way. So I got to push through it. We'll get through those first 10,000 words, get a little momentum behind me, and then things I think will start to feel a little bit better. I'm looking forward to my write-in this week, and I have a couple more fun events planned for later on in the month. So we'll see how those go, and I'll keep you updated. And if you're doing Camp National Novel Writing Month in July, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you've got other recommendations for planning resources. Not that I'm going to use them on this novel because that time has passed, but for my next one, who knows? Always looking for new craft books. So yeah, I'll probably throw a vlog up later in the week just to kind of update you on progress. Until then, happy writing!